see how much these are. Ooh, 13 bucks a bag. Let's see what we got here. 11 bucks a bag for only a pound of jerky. And this one's $15. All right, it looks like I'm gonna have to take matters to my own hands. Let's go check out the beef.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Andrew Fillion here, and today we're gonna be doing something fun. I'm gonna be having nothing but beef jerky for an entire week. So, what gave me this idea? It's simple. Prior to this, I did a week where I did just steak and eggs, but I ran into a little bit of trouble when I was at work and other places where I had to be out and about. Having this like room temperature cold steak kind of wasn't the greatest situation. So I had this idea. Beef jerky is just a dried out steak. Basically like having steak every day, but it's dried out. It's perfect. Now, as you saw in the intro of this video, beef jerky at the store, super expensive, not very sustainable financially. So I came up with a better idea. I'm gonna make the jerky myself. Join me, we're gonna go to Costco. I'm gonna get all the ingredients. I'm gonna show you guys how beef jerky is made so you can make it at home doing the same exact strategy. But before we get to cooking, let's do a Physique check-in. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run over here to the dining room. I'm gonna show you guys a 360 view of my current physique. I'm gonna use some tape measure to show you the circumference of my waist, and then we're also gonna do a weigh-in. By the end of the week, what I'm hoping to see is either a reduction in weight or a reduction in waist size. Any of these two things and I'm happy. The idea is to stay with the carnivore protocol. So I will be doing a different idea of carnivore every week. So once the jerky's made, I'll check in with you guys periodically through the week to show you how things are going, and then we'll do an analysis at the end. Hopefully those measurements are smaller than when we started. The big picture here, I am on a cut. I'm trying to get down to my goal weight of 180. I think right now I'm about 205. But I also want to show you guys all the different ways that you can make carnivore work in your lifestyle. We're going to be doing this for a while. So make sure that if you like this kind of content that you get subscribed, because I'm going to be showing you guys all the progress from where I'm at right now to when I get down to the single digit body fat. I can't wait to bring you guys along with me. But anyways, let's get that starting data taken care of and then go to Costco.
All right, weighed in at 205. Let's see what the physique looks like today. All right, now let's check out what the waist measurement looks like. All right, we're starting out at 34 and a half. Let's at least knock that down at 34. What do we say? All right, so here's the deal. If I'm gonna make my own jerky, I wanna use beef that's got as little fat on it as possible, because the fat, when dried out, can still grow bacteria on it. So if you're making your own jerky, make sure that you get something with as little fat on it as possible, because we're gonna have to trim it all off anyways. So this is what I'm gonna pick out. I got the beef round top. The reason I like to pick this, you can see there's almost no fat on it and it's a bit cheaper. Another good option is the beef round eye. We'll grab one of each. So I got the round and the round eye. I'm gonna grab one more of the round. That should put me at around 13 pounds of beef. That's gonna be perfect for making jerky, trying to get maybe 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds per day. Granted, it's gonna be dried out, so it's not gonna be 2 pounds of finished product. All right, now that I've got the beef, I'm gonna run over. I'm gonna grab apple cider vinegar and my salts and peppers. That way we can make this jerky taste good. So here's how this works. I'm gonna marinate the jerky in this for about 12 hours. What this is gonna do, the sliced up beef is gonna absorb all of this apple cider vinegar. It takes a long time, but it's gonna add a ton of flavor. And it's also gonna help kill the bacteria inside the bag while it marinates, just to make sure as it dries out that it stays bacteria free. The salt that I'll put in the bag is also going to help with that. So I've already got this at home, but we'll be using black pepper and some of this good old pink salt. Just these two things, nothing crazy. And the last thing I'm gonna get, unfortunately not at Costco, is gonna be lime juice. So I'm gonna make two flavors. I'm going with just a simple black pepper and salt, and then the other one's gonna be margarita. So it's gonna be lime juice and then salt on there. That's it, two flavors, good to go for a whole week.
All right, so we're about to kick this thing off. Little pro tip. If you want to make jerky at home, get your meat, put it in the freezer for about an hour. It's going to toughen it up, make it way easier to cut. On top of that, get yourself a ceramic knife. I don't know why, but this thing cuts way better than metal. Can't explain it, but I know it works. All right, so here's what's gonna happen. We got a lot of steak to cut and a lot of ground to cover, so I think I'm gonna need to do this in a montage. I'm gonna cut this up, bag it, put it in the marinade, then tomorrow we're putting it on the trays, 12 hours. All right, so it's Sunday morning, and here's what we're gonna do. We got a lot of meat here and a lot of ground to cover, so what I'm gonna be doing is half and half. We're gonna go half pepper, half margarita salt. I'll show you guys what that looks like on the tray. And we put it in the bad boy, 160 degrees for 8 hours. I'm gonna dry this jerky out. Hope to have it done around 8 p.m. Let's see what happens. All right, here we go. Got the first tray up of the margarita lime. I'm gonna throw this in there. We got a lot of ground to cover. Got about 10 more trays to make. So let's get this montage going, baby. Well, guys, there we have it. Gonna let the dehydrator do its thing for about 4 hours. I'm gonna come in and rotate the trays so they get a little bit more coverage front to back. You know how that goes. In the meantime, I got quite a lot of cleanup to do, so I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, look at that. It's time to start transferring some of these over into this jar. Now, some of these thinner slices are more prepared than the others. So we're gonna take the thin slices, put them in that jar. Some of these thicker cuts are probably gonna have to stay in here probably another 3 to 4 hours. I'm not even kidding. I probably could have cut them more consistently, but that's the way it goes. We'll split this thing half and half. I'll show you what this jar looks like when it's totally full. As you can see right down there, I've got a massive mason jar of jerky and a tray. In a weird way, I'm almost not sure if this is gonna last the whole week, even though I made 13 pounds. It looks like a lot, but at the same time, it doesn't. So tomorrow's day one. We'll get started and see where we end up. All right, so here we are at the end of the week. I got some good news. I'm down a few pounds. I started at 205.6, got all the way down to 203. What's even more exciting for me especially is that I got the waist measurement down to 33 and a half almost. If you see in this little spot right here, I'm holding it with my left hand. The tape measure around the waist, I tried to not obscure the number as much as I could. It's a little under 34, not quite at 33 and a half, but it's definitely past 34, which is my original plan. I'm happy about that. Now, as far as the weight goes, I actually was expecting to lose a little bit more weight this week. 2.5 pounds is awesome, but it's not as much as I thought it would be. I think there's two reasons for this. One, I think my salt was extra high because my jerky was super salted. And two, there was a birthday party at work and I did decide to eat the cakes. So real quick on that, this is like a lesson on self-awareness. You know, I know in a lot of cases, for people, diet and sticking to things can be difficult. If you hand a person who's 270 pounds a slice of cake, if they say, no, I'm on a diet, everyone's going to be like, oh yeah, it makes sense. 270-pound guy, he's on a diet, no problem. You got a guy that everyone knows does bodybuilding shows and is the fit guy all the time. And you hand him a slice of cake, he's like, oh, no, I'm on a diet. That can lead to, people feeling bad or feeling insulted. So I decided, you know what, I know I'm doing this jerky video, but one slice of cake ain't going to kill anything. So I had some cake, enjoyed the birthday, and that's life, right? You got to find ways to make balance. I want you guys to know about this so that you don't think oh, this guy's eating food off camera. I did that one time. I had some cake. Now on to the jerky. The jerky was great. I mean, who doesn't like jerky? It's fun, salty, savory, all the good stuff. But there are some things about it that do kind of suck. I'm going to talk about real quick. So a lot of people don't know this, but I do Invisalign. I got the little retainers that make your breath smell and your teeth look gross. Wear them all the time. I have to have them in 22 hours a day. Well, when you're eating jerky, stuff gets stuck in your teeth. I went through so many of these over the course of the week. I am in some ways kind of glad this challenge is over. Not because I don't like jerky, and not because I don't want to have nice teeth. I mean, this is a temporary thing, but flossing my teeth all week definitely sucked. My gums started to bleed a little bit because I had to do this every time I ate, multiple times sometimes, because it's jerky. The beef gets stuck everywhere. It is what it is. All in all, though, felt great through the week. Went to the gym, had no trouble. Played hockey, had no trouble. If anything, I actually felt like I had more energy than normal. I think you can attribute that to just how much B vitamins are in beef. A lot of people have no idea about that, but beef has an insane amount of B vitamins. It's more than your multivitamin, I guarantee it. So all in all, the jerky went really well. What's in store for next week? Well, I'm going to be doing ground beef this time. Now, some people in the comments have said, hey, this guy's seasoning his food, or he's having stuff that's not strictly meat, that's not carnivore enough. Well, we're going to go even more carnivore than last time. I'm going to have ground beef, and I'm not going to season it. Literally going to be plain beef. Is that carnivore enough for you? I'll keep you guys posted on how that one goes. For this video, if you liked what you saw here today, make sure to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be doing tons more carnivore content, trying to make it fun and enjoyable for everybody. So I'm glad to have you here. Hope you stick around. Keep an eye out for that ground beef video. It'll be coming out next. Keep an eye out for that ground beef video. It'll be coming out next Tuesday. In the meantime, I got some cooking to do. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.